What's up, guys? This is Hazy Trees. I hope you guys are doing well today. I got a video to show you how we're going to clean off this nutrient salt buildup from our hydroponic systems utilizing cost-effective methods. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the science of why this stuff doesn't get cleaned off when you use certain types of cleaning materials and why it works with others. And we're going to figure out what to do so that way we can clean this stuff off the most efficient way possible without spending way too much money and breaking the bank. Cool. So, let's get started, shall we? So, right now what I got is I got this lid over here. As you can see, this thing has been growing for I'd say about 4 months without being cleaned and rinsed off. So now what we got to do is we got to get this salt buildup off as efficiently as possible, right? So, there's a couple things you could use, right? You could try to run water. As you can see, you could try to do water and try to dissolve it this way. But you guys know that water's not going to be very effective. Eventually what's going to happen is this is going to dry, the salt buildup's going to still be there, and it's not really going to come off as efficiently as we'd like it to. So there's a more effective way in order to remove the salt buildup, and that is by dissolving it. And how we're going to dissolve it is we're going to get a solvent that is going to be able to basically, turn this salt buildup back into a liquid form so we can wipe it off. Now, I want to show you guys how this is going to work, okay? In order to get these salts off, we want to have a cleaner that can remove this, salt buildup as efficiently as possible. Now, there's a couple products on the market you can find. One is from General Hydroponics called Flora, and I actually like to use this as a flushing agent when I'm actually growing my plants. Now, because it's a flushing agent, I actually wanted to use it as, a tool to remove the salt buildup. And believe it or not, it actually really works. This stuff, when at full concentrated form and, put onto a towel such as this and wiped, is actually very, very, very effective. So, I want to show you guys why this works. But I want to show you guys something as well. This thing is a product that I got to spend a pretty little penny on. But then there's a cheaper product over here called cleaning vinegar, right? I want to show you guys the secret of why you can do this without having to buy expensive products, and you can just simply do this with something really cheap like vinegar. And let me show you guys the science of why this works, okay? So what I have 4 different types of things here. You guys have probably tried to clean this equipment before utilizing, at least, alcohol before. And if not alcohol, maybe hydrogen peroxide. I would use hydrogen peroxide in this experiment, everyone, but I ran out, but it's still not going to, be something I would clean this with. I normally would try to clean this equipment with hydrogen peroxide. It doesn't work as effectively as I'd like it to. It works for sanitizing my equipment by soaking it. As you can see, I have stuff soaking in this bucket of hydrogen peroxide, and that's where it's oxidizing and bubbling right there. So I'm cool with that. But in terms of actually cleaning off the salt buildup, it doesn't really work. This stuff, hydrogen peroxide, doesn't actually dissolve that salt buildup on my lids. So that's why we're not using it in this experiment today. I want to show you guys, but I ran out. So what we're going to do instead is use alcohol, because alcohol is another tool we can use to sanitize our equipment. So what I want to do is show you why alcohol is not going to be a very effective solution when we're going to be going and cleaning, the salt buildup off of our lids, okay? So let me get to this. So I want to show you guys why this cleaner works, okay? There's a reason why we can buy this on the market. And the beautiful part is that, let me get the lid off, it has a very low pH. Now let me give it a shake really quick, actually. Okay, cool. There we go, right? Always practice good technique. Good technique is doing that. So let's drop a little in there. Cool. Okay, beautiful. Got some solution in there. Beautiful. Flora cleaning solution or clearing solution. Yeah, clearing solution. Yeah, that's what it says. Cool. Got some vinegar already inside of this shot glass, right? As you can see it, I got some vinegar already. And then over here, I actually have some pH down. And the reason why I'm doing pH down is because I want to show you guys the reason why removing the salt buildup is going to work. Now, one of the techniques that I have, a friend of mine who taught me, they like to go and they like to run RO water pH to 5.5 in hydroponics during the last 2 weeks of their flushing phase. Why? Because that's what they say is going to remove the salt buildup the most effectively during the flushing phase. Well, let me show you the science of why this works, because this is actually a flushing agent I like to use, okay? When you're flushing, and the reason why he flushes with RO water at 5.5 and not any higher, right? Because you can have a range of 5.5 to 6.5 on the nutrient scale in hydroponics. He likes to do it at the very lowest amount. Why? Because the lowest amount of pH helps dissolve the salt from the surface. And let me prove it to you guys and show you why, okay? So this is a Flora clearing solution from General Hydroponics, okay? Inside here is some of the solution. I'm going to take this little towel right here, right? I'm going to take this towel, and we're going to dip this little corner right here into it, okay? So here we go. Just dip a baby bit right there. Boom. Cool. All right, getting nice and wet as you can see. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to wipe this lid down. And I want to wipe down this part of the lid that's you know, still white. But what we're going to do is we're going to get this little corner over here. So let me show you. Okay, here's that edge. Here's this corner. And let me see if I can do this with one hand, two hands, right? Okay, so I'm going to put you guys on a tripod so you guys can see this a little bit more effectively. Here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Beautiful. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So here's what I want to show you, okay? So this has the Flora Clean solution that I already demonstrated earlier. And what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it over here and show how it's going to remove the salt buildup, which is kind of cool, okay? Now there's a reason why this works. The reason why this works is because it's a low pH. And this is why flushing agents, okay, tend to be acidic. So since flushing agents tend to be acidic, they help remove salt buildup from the surface of everything, which is really nice, okay? Now, I can use Flora Clean to wipe down all my stuff. It totally works. I'm cool with that. But it tends to get a little expensive. So there's something more efficient I want to show you guys instead, okay? Which is over here. Instead, what I could be using is I can be using cleaning vinegar. Now, cleaning vinegar is just acetic acid in just a high concentration. It's just a very high concentrated acetic acid. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a different side of this towel, now this side that's a little bit more dry, okay? And we're going to dip it into the cleaning vinegar. Okay, I'm going to show you how this works as well. Put you guys back, right? Put you guys back there, cool. I'm going to show you with a different lid, okay? We're going to give this a little wipe so we can get all the water stuff out really quick, right? So you see the salt buildup right here, right? Cool, let's look at it with the vinegar. And there it goes. Now, let me show you guys another technique that I like to use a little bit, okay? I like to do this. Cool. It comes right off, which is great. Now, vinegar, right, is working a little slower, just a little slower. But that's also because I didn't put a lot of it. So let me put a little bit more of it. Okay. Here we go. Here's the shot glass. Do this. Get it nice and wet. And then give it a nice wipe down. Yeah, now it's nice and wet, and it's, yeah, you can smell it a lot stronger. Cool. So as this vinegar works its way into the grooves of here, it's gonna just take all the salt buildup right off. Cool. And this is why I love to use the vinegar, just because it's so much more cost effective to clean this stuff, and I don't have to waste a bunch of money buying expensive products, you know, at the store. So this is a cheap way for you guys to be able to clean your stuff very efficiently, but not have to break the bank. Cool, so here we go. Nice, clean lid. I'll show you guys in a little bit after it's dry. You'll see how the nutrient salt for the most part is gone. And this is why I want to show you why it works, okay? So now that you see this, okay, I have a clean lid and everything. Over here, okay? Cool. I want to show you guys why this works. Okay, I want to show you the science of why this works. So right here, as you can see, it's nice and clean, and I just clean this with vinegar. The other product I used was Flora Clean. which is from General Hydroponics. It's a clearing solution. It's literally a flushing agent. I use this during my hydroponics in the last week of flower, or last 2 weeks of flower, just a little bit to just clean in the beginning. It's weaker than this, and that's why, and I'm going to show you. So right here I have some alcohol that I've already sprayed into this little thing. We're going to put a little bit more, okay? Over here I have some Flora Clean, as you can see, okay? Over here I have some cleaning vinegar, okay? A little bit in there. Maybe I should put a little bit more. And then over here I have some pH down, okay? Now I'm going to try to see if I can add this thing in here. So give me 1 sec. All right, give me 1 sec. Cool. Awesome. Okay. And now what we're going to do, okay, is I want to show you why this Flora Clean works. And I'm going to also show you why alcohol is not a good cleaning agent for this stuff, and also why hydrogen peroxide over there is not a good cleaning agent for getting the salt buildup off. Okay? Right here I have a pH test indication solution. You guys have probably seen this before, okay, from General Hydro. You guys have probably seen this in your chemistry class or your biology class if you played around with chemicals and stuff like that. So what I want to show you is this, okay? Here's the alcohol. Check this out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Give it a couple seconds more to adjust. Right? And as you can see right here, it's yellow. And now if you look over here, yellow is about 6.0 to 6.5. Okay, yellow. If you see that, that's where this color is. So it's not very acidic, is what I'm trying to show you with alcohol. Alcohol is not very acidic at all. And because it's not very acidic, it can't really dissolve these salts as easily as the flushing agent. Okay? Now let me show you the flushing agent. This is why this works. Do you see that? Do you see that dramatic color change? This is just chemistry, guys. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's just chemistry, just showing you how much potential hydrogen there is. And all this stuff is doing is reacting to it. And there you go. Do you see that? Do you see how much more red this is? And if you look on the scale, red is actually a 4.0. Now, if I take my pH meter, okay, which I have right here, okay, let's take the pH of the solution and actually check out what it is. And what do you know? It's about 4.4, 4.3, 4.5. I'm guessing, yeah, there we go, 4.3. See? So right there, right? So as you can see, this thing is in fact pretty acidic, which is why the flushing agent works. So whenever you're flushing in hydroponics, please understand something. The point of flushing is to remove your salt buildup. You need to have a low pH in your reverse osmosis water in order to be able to dissolve those salts in your nutrient solution. Did I make my point clear? Cool. Now, let me explain the science of how you can clean your stuff without wasting a bunch of money on products like this, okay? So now that you see this, check this out. Here's some cleaning vinegar that I bought from, any hardware store you can think of, or any kind of, home living store, like, I'm going to say Fargate. Okay? Cool. Here's some pH testing indication solution. We're going to throw some into this vinegar. And as you can see, it also turns red. But the bad part is my camera's not as nice. I want you guys to take note, from my perspective, this is actually more red than the Flora Clean. And let me show you why, right? Let's take the pH pen and test this stuff, right? Shall we? So let's make sure it's good. Let's give it a nice little rinse in there, right? Look at that pH jump up, right, as it's getting cleaned. Now it's going to go eventually to 7.0, but that's not my point, okay? That's not my point. My point is I want to show you guys the cleaning vinegar's pH. Ready? So this thing was at 4.3, right? Flora Clean. Let's check out the cleaning vinegar's pH. Ready? Wow, look at that. Look at that, 3.0, 2.9. Cool. So immediately what we can see, everyone, right, is that the cleaning vinegar is obviously a lower pH than the Flora Clean, right? So because of that, you can see that this has more acidity. And this is acetic acid, actually. If you read the bottle and you see what vinegar is on Wikipedia, that's what it is. Vinegar is acetic acid. It's very cheap. It's very easy to find, okay? This thing cost me almost nothing compared to this, and it's stronger, and it's gonna definitely eat away all of this salt buildup way more effectively than that Flora Clean. Cool, awesome, awesome. Now I wanna show you guys something even better, okay? So this is what you should be using to clean your stuff, to get nutrient salt buildup off of your reservoir, off of your hydroponic systems, out of your lines. And the best part about vinegar is that this stuff is going to get washed off with water and not leave any kind of, residue or film, as opposed to bleach, which will. That's actually why I do not like to use bleach. We're not going to test the pH of bleach in this thing because that's not the point. But now let's go check out something really cool. Ready? Let's check out the pH down. So when you're flushing in hydroponics, you want to have a low pH, right? So when you have a low pH, you are able to dissolve salts from your nutrient solution. So let's go and check out what the pH is in this one, okay? Ready? This is straight pH down, pure concentrate, no dilution. Ready? Let's go. Cool. Now here's the vinegar right next to it. But let's mix this around. Wow. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that as well as I can, but this one's pretty much almost violet. It almost looks violet colored. It doesn't even look red anymore. It's almost getting a shade of purple/pink. That's crazy. Okay, cool. So let's check out the pH of pH down, shall we? Ready? 1, 2. Let me make sure I get a lot of this. Holy cow. Let's see. 0.6. Holy crap, we're getting low. 0.5. So as you can see, this thing is stupid. 0.4. Wow, this stuff is stupid acidic, okay? And that's why pH down is going to basically, adjust your nutrient solution, because it's literally, extremely strong. And you need very little of it. Holy crap, we're at 0.2. Holy crap, that's insane. So long story short, guys, when you are running hydroponics and you're trying to flush, or you're trying to flush anything, you want to have a low pH inside of your nutrient solution in order for you to dissolve your salt buildup. In order for you to clean your stuff, you want to be able to make sure you have a cheap, acidic product to be able to dissolve these salts, as opposed to spending your money on more expensive things that are not as strong, that's basically wasting your money and not going to actually clean up the crap like that. And if you're going to use something that's not acidic at all, good luck. You're going to need a lot of elbow grease, and you're really not going to get much salt buildup off anyways. So, now that I made my point clear, and you guys have seen the science, and you guys can see all this evidence that I've shown you, let's go and actually clean these lids, shall we? Let's actually go have some fun and actually clean these lids. So I have you guys sitting on top of my counter. I got a lid right here. It's all salty. Let's go wipe this down and clean this. Now, I got my towel right here. So let's pick a corner that I didn't wet yet. Here, I wet this side. We'll do the right in the middle, shall we? Let's do right in the middle. Cool. So I'm going to come over here and use this cleaning vinegar, right? Because it's the cheapest thing that I have. That's the most acidic compared to just using expensive pH down, which, technically, if you wanted to clean this stuff, you could do this with straight pH down. But that is kind of a silly thing to do, because if any of that splashes on your face, yeah, you're going to have to go to the hospital or wipe your face off extremely fast, because that's not going to be fun. Ready? Cool. So, as you can see here, I got a lot of salt buildup. Let's go and use this vinegar, and let's do some magic here and get this crap off. I'm going to do it like this so you can see it. Come on. There we go. Now, I have this little sticker here from when I first bought the lid. No big deal. The paper doesn't mind. The paper won't be a big deal, so don't mind the paper. Your biggest deal is just to get all that salt buildup. Now, if there is salt buildup on your paper, which there might be a little bit of, I'm going to kind of give it a little wipe down, but it's not really a big deal. Cool. So as you can see, nice and squeaky clean. And as soon as this dries, you're going to see that all the salt buildup is gone. Let's take over the other side and get that done, because we still need to clean this girl. And as soon as she's all clean, we can move on to the next product that we have to work with. Now, some of this water has, you know, gotten in the way and diluted my vinegar a little bit on my towel, and I can actually feel the salt not dissolving as quickly. But it's okay, as long as you got enough vinegar in there, it should get everything. And it should be able to clean it just nicely. This is how I reuse my stuff, guys. This is how I save money on my hydroponic equipment, and how I don't have to keep wasting money on buying new media. I just reuse the same pots and the same buckets over and over again, and I don't use any soil, and I don't use any medium for hydroponics, so, you know, I don't have to, you know, waste anything. I reuse everything. So there we go. So I got this nice and clean. This is all good to go. Cool. Next one to do is this one. I want to make sure that this one is still nice and clean. Okay, cool. So her backside still could use a little bit more wiping down. So we're going to use this side over here. I'm going to wipe this down. Oops, excuse me. There we go. Now, I do have a recommendation. If you are going to be cleaning with some of these things, you might want to wear a mask and then open the window. Actually, I'm going to do that. You might want to open the window and wear a mask, because the fumes inside of here could cause you to feel ill, like lightheadedness and fatigue and headaches. It's also not good to be huffing this stuff. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Okay, and as you can see, she is all good to go with all that salt buildup done. And thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you guys later.